On pizza Moussimani joining Al Ahly. Yes, I mean, first of all, this is a huge bombshell and shock to South African football. On pizza Moussimani joining Al Ahly. Yes, I mean, first of all, this is a huge bombshell and shock to South African football, of course. I think the stature and quality of the man shows that he has, in the last 8 years, has raised the bar in the Premier Soccer League in South Africa with Mamelodi Sundowns. He won 5 league titles, won the Champions League, the first South African team to win a Champions League since Orlando Pirates in 1994. Beat Zamalek in the final, as you well know. And won 8 trophies in 11 trophies in 8 years with Mamelodi Sundowns, which is yeah, he's been highly successful in South Africa. So joining Al Ahly, yeah, I mean, he's probably one of the top 5 or 6 coaches on the continent. He's very very clever, very, very, very educated, very, very attention to detail on the opposition, very tactically aware, follows tactics around the world, and really, really watches every single team probably around the world. He knows North African football. He knows probably the players in the Egyptian league quite well before he's even got there. He's very studious with that kind of thing. Also, all the teams in the Champions League, he knows every player in every position. So I think he will go to Al Ahly, and should do quite well, especially with so many good players. The quality of Al Ahly. There's some big challenges. One is language. The other is that he's never coached outside of South Africa. It's a completely different style of play in Egypt, from what he will have played in South Africa. And a big part of his success in South Africa was his understanding of the culture of South African players. This is his first time going out of that comfort zone and having to understand players in Egypt, in North Africa, with a completely different mentality and style of play. So that will be difficult, I think. But I think the coach knows it's going to be difficult. I think he couldn't pass up this chance to coach the biggest club in Africa, in the probably the most challenging league in Africa, in Egypt. And I think he took that step because he believes he can go even further than that. He probably would have his eye on even going to Europe in 5 or 6 years' time. So I think Pitso Moussimani is going to give it everything. He's very intelligent. There are challenges. Whether he can succeed, I think that's if he can get the players to buy into his mentality. Probably he will bring some players like maybe a Gaston Sirino, that kind of player, some skillful players, so that he can play his more skillful style of play at Al Ahly and bring a bit of skill. But he can play the very solid defensive game too, because Sundowns were very physical, playing in Champions League, and could play an organized game too. So I think he can adapt. It's going to be very interesting. It's a much bigger challenge than he's ever had before, but he's a very passionate man who lives, sleeps, breathes football, and I believe that Pitso Moussimani can succeed at Al Ahly. More just because he's the most passionate coach and studious coach who gives everything, lives, sleeps. He works all day, all night, and he will do his best because he knows what he's stepped into, the size of the club, the history of the club. He knows where he has gone, and he will work himself and kill himself to make sure that he does well, and I believe he will.